Okay, so you're in your market research apprenticeship and then you hit it, the K4 standard. If that sounds a bit daunting, trust me, you are not alone. Today, we are going to break down qualitative research by following the story of an apprentice who went from totally confused to completely confident. Let's get into it. Here's how we're going to do it. First, we'll look at the K4 challenge itself. Then, we're cracking the code on what qualitative research actually is. We'll see it in action, figure out how to build a portfolio that really shows off your skills, and finally, we'll talk about how to conquer that final assessment. We're going to follow an apprentice named Jody and see exactly how she nailed it. All right, let's kick things off by meeting our apprentice and really getting to grips with the mountain she's about to climb. So this is Jody. She's a brilliant level 4 apprentice over at IBIS stores. She's been flying through her projects, really making a name for herself. But a brand new challenge has just landed on her desk. And you know what? It's a pretty big one. Yeah, K4. It sounds super complex, maybe even a little scary, right? And she doesn't just need to understand it. She has to apply it in her actual job and, crucially, prove she's mastered it to pass her apprenticeship. The big question is, where in the world does she even start? Well, the good news is Jody isn't going it alone. She's got a mentor, Adam, and he's about to help her crack this whole qualitative research code. Adam starts by explaining that, look, qualitative research isn't about counting stuff. It's about understanding the deep human reasons behind why people do things. It really all boils down to one simple question. Why? Why do our customers feel this way? Why are they making these choices? It's all about the why. And this slide, this is a game changer for Jody. It lays out the difference so clearly. Quantitative research, that's the how many. It gives you the hard numbers. But qualitative, that's the why. It gives you the story, the context. Both are super important, but for K4, Jody needs to become an expert in the why. So Adam breaks K4 down into these 4 key ideas. First, sampling. It's not about talking to tons of people, it's about talking to the right people. Then there's representativeness, making sure you get a balanced range of opinions. Next, you have themes, finding those repeating ideas in what people are saying. And last, but definitely not least, is researcher bias, recognizing that your own views can shape what you find. And I just love this quote from Adam. It perfectly captures the change in mindset. Jody has to stop thinking like a statistician and start thinking like a detective, hunting for clues hidden inside people's stories. Okay, so theory is one thing, right? But the real learning starts when you get your hands dirty. Jody's line manager, Riddle, gives her the perfect real-world task to put all this new knowledge to the test. And there it is. This isn't just a test. This is a real business problem happening right now at IBIS stores. Retail doesn't need a spreadsheet showing how many returns they have. She needs to know the story behind them so she can help the product and marketing teams fix it. So Jody gets right to it. She follows this simple 4-step process. First, she gathers up all the raw data. And then the detective work begins. She's sifting through comments, looking for those hidden patterns, those reoccurring themes that are going to turn all this messy feedback into a clear, actionable story. And check out what she uncovers. Bam! 4 major themes pop right out of the data. And notice how specific they are. It's not just sizing is confusing. It's that a specific pair of jeans runs tight for a specific size range. It's not just packaging issues. It's that the new eco-packaging is the problem. For the marketing team, this kind of insight is absolute gold. Now, this is so important to remember. Doing all that great work is only half the battle. Now, Jody has to prove she did it. It's time to build her evidence portfolio on her learning platform, Aptem, to get everything documented for her final assessment. And this is where her coach, Olivia, comes into the picture. Olivia's role is to help Jody take all that amazing practical work and shape it into powerful, undeniable evidence that just screams, I know what I'm doing. Olivia shows Jody that a really strong portfolio isn't just her final report. No, it's a whole collection of documents that tells the entire story of her project. The summary lays out the themes. The report shows the business impact. The reflective account proves she was thoughtful. And the process notes show she worked like a professional. Every single piece has a job to do. So if you're putting your own portfolio together, this is your checklist. The endpoint assessor, who's the independent expert grading you, they want to see your thinking. They don't just care about your results, they care about the how and the why you did what you did. Okay, we're at the home stretch. It's time to get ready for the endpoint assessment. the EPA. This is the big final interview where Jody will have to talk through her work and explain her choices.
Olivia starts prepping Jody with some practice questions, the kind an assessor is likely to ask. Let's take a look at this first one. It's a really direct question about her detective process.
And this is just a brilliant framework for answering. You see that simple 4-step structure? You state your method, describe your process, give a concrete example, and then justify your conclusion. It's clear, it's confident, and it's exactly what assessors love to hear. Now, for another common question, and honestly, this one can be a little tricky. This question is all about showing your fairness, your accuracy, and your self-awareness as a researcher. The best answer here shows that you've really thought about this stuff. You acknowledge the risk of bias, you explain the practical things you did to control for it, and if you can, you show that you checked your work with someone else. It proves you're not just going through the motions, you're a thoughtful, responsible researcher. So, what's the big takeaway from all this? Well, K4 might seem like this huge, intimidating thing at first, but when you break it down into a clear journey, from theory to practice to evidence, it is absolutely 100% manageable. Jody's story proves that any apprentice can become a data detective. You already have all the tools you need to start uncovering the hidden stories in your own workplace. So my question to you is, what's the first clue you're going to look for? The next big insight is out there, waiting. Go find it.